Sorry, let me click all my pens.
Please do. Click away.
Well, I'm clicking them all on, so I can use them.
Oh, you're clicking them on.
Yeah.
I see. I thought you were just like, I have to get all my intrusive thoughts out now. I'm going to click all these pins.
No.
Hello, friends. My name is Kari White, and you're listening to Misconceptions, the Maple Valley Chronicles.
The city of Maple Valley. Looking at it now, you wouldn't even know this city used to be run by gangs. The good people of this town used to go out every night with the expectation of meeting a grisly end. That was a long time ago, though. Most folks now think of Maple Valley as heaven on earth. It may have cleaned up a bit since then, but don't be fooled by its pretty cleaned up face. Maple Valley is still one hell of a place to live. People in this town still got secrets. They still got vices. And that's just what the sleepers, the people who can't really see the reality of the city, can see. They can't see the reincarnated god riding the monorail next to them, or the blood-sucking creature of the night that they cross paths with every day. That's all covered up by the mist. So yeah, Maple Valley's still got lots of secrets. Some of them dangerous. And if you go pulling at that thread, you might not like what you find. So I guess my question to you is, do you really want to risk losing everything you know to learn what you don't?
Okay, what was the cover-up story for the DV? Or the
There
lack thereof.
There was no DV. Okay, so listeners, I made an oopsie in last episode. Whenever the heroes got to the Sweet Life Suites, Mosby said that like the room, there had been some domestic violence, and so it was like, oh, we can't sell it right now. We can't. It's like off limits right now. It's under investigation. But that's not true, because the mist doesn't work like that. It's not going to take something and make it a completely different thing for sleepers. It's just going to twist their perception of it. So he said there was flood damage, like a pipe burst and like flooded the apartment. So retcon that. There was no mention of domestic violence. There was Mosby saying one of the pipes burst and it flooded the apartment. Okay. So are we ready to start?
I think so.
See.
As we begin this episode of Misconceptions, Maple Valley Chronicles, we see Ever's beat-up van, and we see a very stylized like shot of it where we see a glowing screen light coming from the front of the van. And I think next we're inside the van, and we hear a voice coming over the speakerphone.
Pete? But how?
Ever's eyes widen, and she like looks at the phone, and then pulls it back, and then looks at it, and then pulls it back. Hi.
There's a pause on the other end of the line.
Who is this?
I'm a friend.
Why do you have Pete's phone? What's your name?
I have information. Meet me and I'll tell you.
What? I mean, information about what? What do you know?
I know. And Ever looks down with like holding in a laugh.
Yeah. I want you to roll a convince.
Solid. I forgot
So
that
take-
there's like rules in this game. I can't just do what I want.
Yeah, we're going to see what happens.
Yeah, nothing. Absolutely nothing.
You got nothing. So you're rolling 2d6 plus a 0.
Let's see.
Okay. I'll roll it up.
Come on, dice. I got a 9.
9. So on a 9 plus, they give in. They give in a little, but protect their own agenda. Hoyt says,
Okay. Meet me at the corner of 2nd and Woodard Street. 30 minutes.
Deal. Bloom.
okay.
And then you hear Ever, shit, shit. What did I do?
Wait, how soon are they meeting?
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
I was going to text the group, but it sounds like you were about to transition.
No.
Okay. So Ever repeats shit over and over to herself and then opens up the group chat, texts, hey, with 5 Ys. So, with 5 Os. I decided, and these are separate text messages, the hey and then the so. I decided to make an impulsive decision, and long story short, I am meeting with Hoyt in 30 minutes on 2nd and Woodard. So, anyways, if you don't hear from me, call the cops. Thanks, bye. 5 Es.
Okay. And then I guess we see Ever in her van pull away.
Yeah.
Okay, and let's transition to one of you two. How do you receive this text, and what do you respond with?
So you see it fade into a shot of the bookshop, and you see just a shadowy figure, like larger than a human, but you see like just the shadows like crossing across the shop, and then you hear the phone buzz, and you see a large hairy hand or paw like pick up the phone, or like pull the phone from their pocket, I guess. Pull the phone out from their pocket, and and then you see them lift up the other paw and try to like text back, and they just text back, and hit send.
Okay.
And then put the phone back in their pocket.
So Dante takes the phone out of his pocket, looks at Lada, reads the message. He's at a bus stop, waiting to go home, and just like immediately texts back, like, on my way. And like just starts running away from the bus stop to go there.
Okay. And I guess let's cut to 2nd and Woodard. Ever, you would be the first to arrive because you immediately started going there. What do you do?
Ever's in a full panic. So she parks, turns off the headlights, turns around and looks in the back of her van. Hoodie. And like is frantically gesturing at the van, and then goes, oh, and opens the glove box, pulls out a very crumpled up hoodie. Right, duh. And flips it on and throws it on. Puts the hood up, opens the car door, gets out, realizes it's nearly pitch black. Are there any streetlights? Are there...
Definitely. Like right at the corner of 2nd and Woodard, there's a telltale big flickering cone of orange light coming down from one of the streetlights.
Okay. So she sees that from her van, and she's like, oh, of course. Of course it's some creepy streetlight. Why can't you just do anything normal ever? But she like puts her hands in her hoodie and starts like walking over to it. Not cautiously.
Okay. I like, you walk up and you're the only one at this street corner. What do you do? Like, how do we see Ever's demeanor change as you're just kind of sitting there waiting and no one shows up.
Everett is frantically pacing in like this cone of light. So like 3 steps. And then after what feels like 20 minutes, she just starts like shaking her shoulders, bending her knees, and hopping. And as you pay closer and closer attention, you see her reaching up to try to touch the top of the lamppost the way that like someone would touch a ceiling as they were like running through. Mm-hmm. And so she just keeps jumping, trying to reach it, and like just about has it.
Yeah. Okay. I think as you land down and like as you flex your muscles to jump once again, you feel something pressed into the small of your back.
I freeze.
And you hear a voice. Who are you? And what do you know?
You start.
What?
You have to go first.
No, No, I have a gun pointed at your spine. You're gonna tell me what I want to know. Who are you and what do you know?
I can jump really high.
If you don't tell me what I want to know, I'm gonna blast your coccyx to hell.
No, you're too nervous. You won't do it.
There's a pause, and then you feel the gun press further into your back. I'll do it.
Ever is frozen.
I guess I show up.
Okay. Dante, how do you you see all this? You see two hooded figures standing underneath the light. And one of them is obviously accosting the other because they have like their hand shoved forward. You've seen a shakedown before. You've seen a mugging before. You know that this person has a gun trained on the back of somebody else. But they're both wearing hoodies. You have no idea which is which. But how do you arrive on this scene? How do you react to this?
Can I just straight up just go and just throw this guy on the ground? Like,
sure. Which one? The one with the gun?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's see.
So, from the shadows, I'm going to present it.
Okay.
I arrived there just as fast as I could. Dante sees the two figures, one of them pointing the gun at the other. He assumes that the one with the gun is not Ever, based on what he knows, but is not sure. Mm-hmm. So just lunges at them to throw them on the ground.
Okay. What I want you to roll is a sneak around.
Okay.
Basically to see if you can get the jump on this hooded person before they know you're there. So roll 2d6 plus what?
I have predatory sneak, blend with the shadows, super strength.
I don't think super strength to sneak up on him, but definitely those first two.
Okay, so I got 2.
Okay.
Okay. So 8 plus 2, a 10.
A 10. All right, so you successfully do it. You're going to sneak up on this person before they even know you're there. Describe for us, how do you get the drop on this person? What do you do?
Dante lunges at them, sort of throws them on the ground, and just has them sort of pinned down and holding the hand with the gun, like the wrist on the ground.
Yeah, he shrieks as he is taken to the ground. You grab his hand, throw it to the ground, trying to knock that gun out of his hand. You see a very young face, male, kind of curly brown hair. The same person you saw in the picture back in Pete's apartment. This is who Ever has identified as Hoyt. And as you kind of slap his wrist down into the cement, you see he lets go of the banana that he had been holding.
Ever turns around. Well, one, she screams as soon as she feels something hit them, assuming she has been shot. She's never been shot. She has no idea what to expect. And then she realizes she's fine as she like pats her back. And so then she whips around and sees the banana. Ha! I knew you didn't have a gun.
I could have had a gun.
Dante gets up and says, okay, you can get up, and don't brandish a banana as a weapon in this side of town. You're gonna get shot.
And he slowly starts to get to his feet, looking around at the two of you. Who are you?
Everett looks wide-eyed. Really no one important. I just kind of hoped I would have a plan once I saw you, but I have Pete's phone and your name was on it and I called you and did you kill Pete?
He freezes. Like he's halfway up, freezes. Where'd you find that phone?
Nowhere.
He's going to take off running.
Oh!
And I believe now we enter into a chase scene. So, Hoyt...
I was so ready to go.
You okay?
Could you hand me a Spectrum card?
They're called tracking cards, but it's fine.
Okay.
I mean, that's literally what it says.
Yeah.
It doesn't say Spectrum.
Thank you. Okay.
So for somebody who hasn't played the game before, saying Spectrum card is not helpful.
I also didn't know those were there.
Gosh, you're so right.
That was a reference for you because you haven't played the game
Oh, thank
before.
you.
We've
Thank
played
you,
the game
Kari.
before.
Thank you, Kari.
Always look it up.
You got it wrong. You're stupid.
Okay, so we're entering into a chase scene, and Hoyt has a spectrum of catch or outrun 3. What that means is, just like a spectrum for any danger, you have to give that danger statuses on that spectrum, and either meet or beat that number to like defeat them. So Hoyt has a what did I say? Catch or subdue, or catch or outrun 3 status, or spectrum, sorry. And y'all have to tackle that. So he is sprinting down the road away from you. What do you two do?
Because I'm staring right at him, so I like go, oh! And then I start running, and just out of habit, not even thinking about it, my strides start getting quite longer. To the outside observer, they look like hops. And then I have one very long hop and potentially land close to him.
Let's roll a go toe-to-toe and find out. 2d6 plus what?
Bunny hop,
Nice.
not where you thought I'd be.
Okay.
And a question mark on sticks the landing.
Sure.
Plus 3. I got a 13.
You got a 13. So, on a go toe-to-toe,
Hops.
you get to choose 2. You achieve your goal, meaning you take what they hold. He's not really holding anything in here, well, that you know of. You get them good and give them a status, or you block, dodge, or counter their best attempts. If you don't choose this, they can impose a status on you, but you get to choose 2 options.
Okay, I'm going to jump, and suddenly I am next to him. This is a shock to Ever. She wasn't expecting to, like, actually be next to him. So she's not ready to, like, block him. But she does give him a stunned still 3.
Okay. And if I understand you correctly, you said that you're not choosing to block, dodge, or counter their best attempt?
Correct.
Okay. So as you jump up and you're... How are you stopping him from running?
I am going to land in front of him, but I'm going to land facing forward. Like, we're both running forward. I land in front of him, but he is, like, right at my back. Like,
Okay.
I am straight looking ahead and
Okay.
confused.
So he is going to crash into you.
Okay.
As you two go crashing to the ground, a tangle of limbs, his elbow catches you in your jaw, and you take a ouch 1 status.
Okay.
Dante, Ever leaps and hops in front of you. You see a tangle of limbs. You see them crashing to the ground. He has been caught, so you're going to be able to reach him.
Yeah.
But what do you do?
Dante runs up to them, impressed by the hop.
Mm-hmm.
As Dante catches up to them, he says, like, please don't do that again. It's been a long day. Let's just talk.
Fine. Just Don't hurt me. Who are you? What do you want with me?
Ever is holding her jaw. Yes, it was just an elbow to the jaw, but to Ever, again, this is big time. This is rough.
Might as well have gotten shot.
Yeah, pretty much. So Ever's holding her jaw. We just want to know what happened to Pete. No. Yes.
Yes,
Pete.
Yes, Pete. He looks around. Okay, I'll tell you, but can we? My apartment's not too far from here. Can we talk there?
Ever looks at Dante.
Dante says, "You better not be trying something else, because third time is not the charm."
Listen, it's okay. I tried mugging you with a banana. I tried running away. I give up. I just don't want to talk about it out here.
Okay, I'm down.
He leads you across the street to some apartment buildings, and he walks to his apartment, issues you all in, and he walks to like the bar that's in the kitchen and sits down at a stool. He says, "Okay, P and I have been friends for a long time. You know, watching monster movies, hanging out, watching bad action flicks. It's just what we've always done. And last night it was, you know, a normal night, and you know, we were watching a movie and everything was fine. And then the movie was over and we were just talking about everything, and then he like starts fidgeting, looking around. He leaned over and he kissed me. And I don't know, I hadn't ever thought about that, and well, I've always thought of Pete like a good friend, but that I don't know. That kiss came out of nowhere, and he kind of smiles, and it came out of nowhere. But that's wrong, and I next thing I know, the room starts filling with water, and Pete is drowning, and I'm trying to save him, but I can't. The window breaks and Pete's dead, and I ran. I'm not sure what happened. Did I kill Pete? And he like looks up at the two of you.
Ever's eyes are very wide and very concerned, and she kind of slowly shakes her head no, but also won't meet his eyes.
Dante's standing in a corner of the room, just not feeling comfortable enough to sit down for all of this. Just taking it all in, and just asks, like, what do you remember? Do you remember anything else? Absolutely nothing?
I mean,
So hard.
Absolutely nothing!
Absolutely nothing!
like I said, the movie's over. He just leaned over and kissed me out of nowhere, and I didn't stop it, but then, you know, in my mind I kept thinking that it was wrong, and then all of a sudden all this water came rushing in. I don't even know where the water came from. Did we leave a faucet on? A pipe? I don't know. But the water filled the room, and me, I was fine. But I don't know, Pete. I couldn't. He drowned right in front of me.
Dante's like a little suspicious and just asks, like, how did you get out?
well, once the window broke, all the water drained out, and I checked on Pete, but he wasn't. I couldn't feel. And so I ran. I went out the front door and ran.
Has anything like this ever happened to you before?
No, never. No.
Do you think being gay is wrong?
He like flushes when you say being gay. It's just, I didn't know Pete was like that. But Pastor Marin talks about, sins of the flesh and lust and everything wrong with Maple Valley, and what Pete is what he wanted to make me into. That's wrong. That's what Pastor Marin says.
Wow. You've been listening to the wrong person. It's not, and she's walking towards him as she's saying this. It's not wrong to love someone. And then she just puts Pete's phone down and is like, I can't do this, and walks out.
Dante approaches him, sits next to him, and sort of puts his arm around him and just says, like, I'm sorry for your loss. I'm sorry for your friend. And I'm sorry for the lies you've been fed. After that, gets up, says, like, it's been a heavy night. Would it be okay if we meet at some point and continue this a little differently, a little more friendly? Because we're wanting to get down to what exactly happened and find justice if we can.
But she said she knew something. Does she know where the water came from? Does she know why the apartment flooded? Was someone after Pete?
Do you know if Pete was talking with some sketchy people?
No, Pete was great. He was great. He runs out into the hallway to find Ever. Ever, where have you gone?
I just walked out, started walking down, I guess, whatever stairs or elevator or whatever that is at that apartment complex.
Okay. Yeah, he rushes out. He rushes after you. Wait, you said you knew something. What do you know?
Just that Pete was fine. His health was fine. I couldn't figure out why he died, and I knew people weren't telling me the truth, and I saw that you texted him, and I thought you would know more. I'm sorry, okay?
I don't understand it. Pastor Marin said it was a sin, but I didn't want it to be a sin. But does that make me? And Ever, I think wherever you are, you hear kind of this dripping noise start. But does that mean that I am I a sinner?
No.
But Pastor Marin says
she's wrong.
No, he can't be. He can't be wrong.
Well, I didn't know it was a him.
You're wrong. No, he can't be. He's wise. He knows everything. He's a good man.
He doesn't. No one knows everything. Okay, take it from someone who's lost someone in their life. It just sucks.
There's a long moment of silence. If I liked that kiss, does that mean I'm... And before he can even finish, from behind him comes this rush of water. And from behind you, Everett, comes this rush of water. And it quickly fills this hallway and quickly rises up to the surface. It is rushing, it is whirling all about you, bubbles of air escaping both of your mouths. And you see Hoyt kind of looking around at everything. And then he, mouths something, but then you see those bubbles escape from his mouth, and then he grabs his throat. Earlier he said that whatever happened didn't affect him, but it looks like whatever is happening now is affecting him. Dante, where are you when this happens? Did you step into the hallway, or are you still in that apartment room?
Let's say in the hallway. I would be weird to still be in the apartment.
Hey guys!
What's going on out here? Okay. So, you also are enveloped in this rushing water, kind of lifts you off your feet, whirling all around you, soaking you to the bone, and you all, Hoyt included, take a Drowning 3 status.
Like this?
I have my ouch.
Yes, you do have ouch. I do not think this would go on the same spectrum.
Okay.
I think this would be something different. But this water is whirling all around you. What did the two of you do?
Hello, friends, and welcome to the mid-roll section of Episode 3 of Maple Valley Chronicles. I'm your host, David White, and welcome to the mid-roll. Let's get some show-keeping stuff out of the way. Show-keeping? Housekeeping. Let's get some housekeeping stuff out of the way so you can get back to the show. So, if you have been a fan of the Misconceptions Podcast Network for a while, you might remember the show called Sins of the Father. It was our D&D actual play podcast, which featured 4 children with missing fathers going to go find their fathers and finding themselves intertwined by fate to go on this quest together. It was an amazing game. I played Rickett Covingnell, sweet little boy wizard, but we also had Jackson Chandler, our DM, our dungeon daddy, followed by Occam Razor, Marlo Bogus, and Jacob Massaletti, my friend from high school, all coming together and playing these characters, and it was a blast. It was truly one of my favorite gaming experiences. Unfortunately, the show we recorded Season 1. We didn't make it very far into Season 2 before we had some conflicts and had to cancel the show indefinitely. But you might have noticed that, you can't find Sins of the Father anywhere. Unless you were listening to it on YouTube, in which case it's still on YouTube. Well, there was this time where I was really like, oh man, no one likes my podcast. No one likes my storytelling, so I'm just not going to podcast anymore. And during that time, it came time to renew the Sins of the Father hosting fee, and I just didn't renew it. And because of that, we kind of lost all of the Sins of the Father podcast episodes. So that's why it can be found on Spotify or iTunes or I guess Apple Podcasts, whatever, or anything. And that's really sad because that show is really amazing. So I am going through the process of ripping all the audio off of YouTube, re-uploading it to a podcast form. I haven't really started doing that yet, but I want to start doing that this week? ? We'll see if I have time. But if you're fans of Sins of the Father, and if you missed listening to our wonderful kiddos get in all kind of shenanigans and all these heartfelt, tender moments, don't worry, I'm about to be re-releasing them so that you can listen to them. And hey, if you're listening to Misconceptions for the first time, I highly recommend Sins of the Father. It was a great time. Even if we didn't have a full story, Season 1 of Sins of the Father was really great from start to finish. And I just love that show. And I'm going to put it back out there for y'all to enjoy and listen to. Now, I said something about our hosting fee earlier with Sins of the Father. Well, Misconceptions is fully supported by the generous monthly donations of its patrons on Patreon, and those funds go towards paying our website hosting fees like Sins of the Father and the show you're listening to right now, Maple Valley Chronicles. And right now, we are trying to get our Patreon to $300 a month. And at $300 a month, we can continue to pay for all our hosting fees, but also we can afford to pay our players $5 for every episode that we record. Not just Tessa and Gian and Kari and myself, but also guests and friends who will record side quests with us or, maybe guest star in future episodes. I would love to pay these people for the time they give to this show and to you to help make these amazing stories. But we can only do that if we get to $300 a month on our Patreon. And, since I'm talking about Patreon and wanting people to give to us, I want to say a special thank you to 2 new patrons. I want to say thank you to Christy Scheidemantel. And Christy, if you listen to all of our shows on the podcast network, you would recognize Christy's name from Tales to Inspire. She played Geiger Gwyn, and Geiger Gwyn was such a whirlwind of a character. Love that character. Great character moments. And Christy, we love you. We're so glad that you're part of our network and part of our extended family. And we appreciate that even if you're not on a show right now, that you still love our network enough to give to us. And that's really cool of you, Christy. So thank you, Christy, so much for giving to our network. But not only Christy, I would also like to give a thank you to Catacryl. Is it like, okay, Catacryl, is it like that the wild cat that has like the big super long ears and like the little tufts at the top of their ears, the caracal? Is that how I'm supposed to say it? Catacryl? Well, Catacryl. Thank you so much for giving to us on Patreon, and we hope that you enjoy access to all of our exclusive audio, to outtakes, to silly side quests and things that we only put on Patreon. But also, Catacryl and Christy, since you gave it the $5 a month level, you are also going to be able to listen to a special version of this episode, because at the end of this episode, we have a Geek Out During the Credits. And if you're familiar with City of Mist mechanics, you know that Geek Out During the Credits is an after-session segment of the game where you answer some questions and kind of advance your character with some mechanics according to what they did in the narrative. But also, it's an opportunity for you to take a load off, to talk about, to process what adventure you just had, the character choices that you made, to just geek out and talk together about this game that you love to play. And, well, that's at the end of this episode, but it's not going to be released publicly. It is going to be only on our Patreon. So if you want to listen to us talk about mechanics and character advancement and kind of quote-unquote leveling up our characters after the game session, please go to our Patreon. Give at least $5 or more. $5 is really the sweet spot for our Patreon. It gets you access to a whole bunch of cool stuff. So if you go and give $5 a month to our Patreon, it helps us out, and you get access to the Geek Out During the Credits, and also a whole lot of fun things that we put on our Patreon. Well, that is it for our show notes. Let's get you back into the story.
And Ada, if you want to, you haven't been in this episode yet, but if you want to insert yourself in some dramatic way into the scene, feel free.
So at this moment, you see the camera kind of like pan back from that, and it like goes to like the outside of the apartment building, and in the shadows, you see a similar creature, like what you saw in the scene at the Kindled Nook. You see their ears are like heightened.
Mm-hmm. Do we see kind of their silhouette,
Yes.
like in the shadows and
Yeah.
the street light? Okay.
And you see them look up directly to the apartment where they had been, like directly like at that window. I guess I want to do like a leap on the outside to like get up there as quickly as possible, because
Okay.
I'm sensing that there's something wrong.
Okay. I do not think that would be difficult. I think you easily jump up to, like, let's say the second story of this apartment building. How are you grabbing onto this? Are you grabbing onto an exterior window? Are you digging into the wall, fire escape? Where are you doing?
I think I'm like holding on to the window seal, I guess.
Okay. Okay. So you jump up to the windowsill, look in, and you see this hallway filled with water. And you see Ever kind of near the stairwell door. You see some person you don't know, and behind him you see Nyx. And all of them, have their cheeks puffed up, full of air, and water rushing all around them.
I'm going to break the window.
Okay.
So when I break the window, I'm breaking a window into that hallway?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to break the window.
Okay. Let's do a change the game. You're going to break it, but let's see what sort of benefits you can give your teammates with this change to the game. So, roll 2d6. What could you add to this to create an advantageous situation from you breaking the window?
I'm thinking beast mode is my main.
Okay.
Just because, like, I have the strength and the ability to, like, do this well.
Okay.
I think that's really the only thing I'm going to add.
Okay.
A 7.
A 7. Okay. So you gain juice equal to power, so you get 1 juice. So you can create a story tag, burn a power or story tag, or give or reduce a status. 1 point per juice. What do you want to do that with?
I don't know. What my goal was that when I break the window, that, like, the water would leave the area.
Okay.
So
you could create like a
drain 1.
drain 1, yeah. Well, not drain 1, but a drain story tag.
Okay.
Like draining water story tag. Okay. So you spin that juice, you create a draining water story tag, and so if you two can somehow incorporate that this water is draining out into your move, you can get a +1 to what you do. But from your perspective, you just see the window shatter, and you see some of the water start to spill out of this open window at the end of the hallway behind you, Ever. What do you two do? The water is rushing, and you are desperate for air.
I was trying to think of, because I have the necessary items in a time of great need tag, so I was trying to think of something that would be reasonable to conjure. But I can't think of anything like scuba tank, no. Snorkel, no. Nothing that would, and then like fire hydrant wouldn't be helpful. The defibrillator really not be helpful. So, how close am I to Hoyt? Like, can I reach him?
You could definitely try. I think this drowning 3 status would apply to you trying to get to him.
I'm going to reach towards him to try to, because I'll say, since I'm the one closest to the window, when it broke, I could feel the water shift direction. So I can tell that I'm moving towards the window.
Okay.
I am going to, as I'm like moving that way, reach towards him to try to grab him and pull him with me as I like kick towards the window.
Yeah.
And I would like to use the tag. actually 2 tags. Necessary items and a time of great need. As I'm reaching for him, I'm thinking like, oh my gosh, if I had a rope or a stick or something to like get closer. And I would like to argue that a hanger like floats in and I grab it and
Like a
can
clothes
hook.
hanger?
Yeah, I can
Okay.
hook his shirt.
Okay, yeah. Let's do a take the risk.
Okay.
2d6 plus those 2 tags.
Okay, but -3.
But -3, this
So
is true.
-1.
But if you want to use the draining water tag,
Yes.
I will say that since she didn't roll a 10 plus, she couldn't make it ongoing. So if you use this tag, this will be the only time it will apply mechanically. Although narratively, like the water's still draining out, but it will only have like mechanical benefits for you for 1 roll.
It's okay if I use it.
What?
The drain. Okay. I'm going to say yes because Gian
Okay.
does not. Okay,
no,
okay.
I'm further back. That's fine. You're
So
good.
you're rolling with a 3, your 2 tags plus story tag, and then a -3 for drowning. So you're rolling with a flat 0.
Come on. Hey, wait.
It's a 4.
Thank you. I got a 10.
A 10. You do it. Describe how you get him out.
So a white metal, like from the dry cleaner's clothes hanger, kind of floats into view. Ever scrunches her eyebrows and shakes her head, like, how in the world did that just show up? Grabs it and hooks onto, like, grabs the end of it so that it reaches longer. Hooks onto his shirt and then pulls and like leans back into the water that's draining and just starts free falling.
Yeah, you spill out. We see the exterior shot. We see that you spill out of this waterfall from the second story, slam into the ground beneath you. Hoyt, clothes hangered into your fist, and you spill onto the concrete as this water keeps like spilling down on you like just hydrants, buckets of it. Dante, inside. What about you?
Dante, I guess, could I try to like break one of the like doors and see if I can like spill there?
Sure, like
some random
another
apartment.
hallway.
Yeah,
sure,
or
another doorway.
Okay,
Another
so
apartment.
oh yeah, let's do the stairway. So Dante is next, like realizes he's next to the like stairway door. But with the like pressure of the water pushing in, it's hard to open. So I'll say he still manages to do it. Probably have to roll for that. But pulls it open and just, I guess, spills down to the stairs.
Okay, go ahead and roll. And another take the risk.
Okay, and I'll use, I guess, super strength is the only thing I have for that.
Yeah, sure.
So that's
Rolling to
-2.
-2.
Ooh,
You alternatively.
that's very bad. This doesn't count, right? This
Okay.
doesn't count because you
You
interrupted.
said alternatively.
Interrupted me right before I spilled it, right?
So you can
Did
keep
you see
that
what
roll.
I saw that.
You can keep that roll of what I assume was very bad. Or there is a rule that we haven't talked about yet called burning tags. If you burn a tag, that means you basically get rid of it until you have a narrative opportunity to like get your super strength back, so you can't use it in any other rolls. But you would succeed with a 10 plus as if you had rolled with a power of 3. Do you want to burn your super strength right now to escape, or do you want to take that roll, of which, as I can tell from everybody's expressions on the other side of the MC screen,
but the
was
roll,
not
the
good.
roll counts, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm burning this tag.
Okay, what'd you roll?
It's the double one.
-2,
was
so
like-
a 0.
Yeah.
I will. Yes, we will allow this. Normally, I would have you burn a tag before you know that you were abysmally fell. But
Yeah.
new game, new characters. Been a while since we played City Mist. Just
Cool,
reminding everybody
cool.
of burning tags.
I appreciate the bone you threw at me.
Yeah.
Okay. So
All right. So how do you do
yeah,
it?
tag is burned. I managed to pull the door open, spill into the stairway. What am I saying?
The stairwell.
Yeah, the stairwell.
Yeah.
And just start like rolling down the stairs.
Yeah, absolutely. You roll down the stairs, and the water kind of trails down the stairs after you. Ada, ever spilled out, holding that person. You see the water is now kind of receding. It's trailing down, having gushed down the stairwell, gushing out the side of this apartment building. I assume you're still hanging up next to the windowsill.
Actually, what I was going to say was after I broke the window, I went ahead and hopped the rest of the way up to the top of the building. I don't know how many floors it is. But I'm at the top and like almost like a gargoyle or like a Batman kind of thing. Like I'm just watching what happens.
Yeah.
From that vantage point.
Badass.
In the shadows where like, again, you don't see a face.
Yeah, we see the dark silhouette of you.
Right.
Ever. We're on the ground with Hoyt.
I'm Hoyt. Is he responsive?
He is not responsive.
She like not crawls over because they kind of fell on top of each other, but like kind of gets positioned where she can like lean on him. She's not very strong right now, so her arm just kind of flops. Does she feel him breathing at all? Does she feel a pulse?
You do not feel a pulse. You do not feel him breathing.
Ever just starts screaming, "Help!" and like tries to go over and do CPR, but she is very waterlogged. So she thinks she is giving it her all. She thinks she's moving faster than she is. From the outside, it's like goom, goom, but very slow. Yeah. And she's screaming over and over that whole time.
Yeah. As you scream, I think we see some of the lights from this apartment building from nearby houses and homes and businesses kind of flicker on. Maybe there's a restaurant down the street and people start spilling out from the courtyard to see what's happening. They see you crouched over, fumbling with this man's body. Dante inside, you hear Ever start to scream, and Ada, you from your perch see her screaming as well, and you also see people kind of their attention being drawn to this scene. What do you two do?
Dante gets up or attempts to get up, like still very like spitting water, gathering where the hell he is. He doesn't know this apartment complex, so he's like trying to figure out how the hell to get out and not just get stuck in another stairwell with water. Opens the door, manages to get outside, just following the voice.
Okay. You walk outside and see
and
Ever.
gets outside, sees Ever trying to give CPR to Pete.
Okay.
Hoyt.
Yeah, Pete is gone.
Yeah.
Hoyt, who might also be gone.
Yeah. I think as you walk out, you hear somebody down the street, "Oh my God, call 911. Somebody call 911.
Ada has not moved because she knows that there's nothing that she can do in this
You're talking
situation.
more into the mic.
Sorry, Ada does not move from her spot at the top of the building because she knows that in the state that she's in, there's nothing that she can do.
Okay.
Ever keeps trying, and she's like doing it through sobs. Has anything changed?
No.
Does she hear sirens or anything yet?
Yes, at this point you do hear sirens coming from the distance.
Dante goes up to Ever and is like, Ever, I think we need to go. Like all worried, like still coughing off water. Like I think we need to get out of here.
No. Go. Just go.
The sirens are getting closer.
Are you sure?
Go.
Dante books it.
Okay. Dante runs off into the shadows. Ada, do you also disappear?
No,
Okay. What are you doing?
still watching.
Okay. a squad car careens around the corner, pulls right up to the curb. See some officers get out. Maple Valley PD, put your hands up where we can see him.
Ever coughing, like throws her hands up and like sits. She's been kind of on her knees and like sits back
Okay.
and just stares at them blankly. Like nothing is like there's no fear registering or anything. It's just numb.
Yeah. You feel one of the officers rush over to you, hands behind your back, and if you don't resist them, you feel handcuffs being clamped onto your wrists.
Don't resist.
Okay. And you are led to the back of the car. The other officer is checking Hoyt's body. You hear him grab his little walkie-talkie. He speaks into it, gives some code. They need an ambulance here immediately. And that officer pushes you down into the car seat, pushes you over, closes the door behind you. Ada, what are you doing?
Still watching.
Okay. And I think that the officer that put you in the car says something about, I'm going to get this person downtown. We're going to get him booked. Ambulance is on the way. And he gets in the car, peels out, and I think the last shot we have of this episode is Ever in the back seat, handcuffed. What do we see as this squad car peels out?
As Ever had been put into the car, she had tried to not look away from Hoyt, just hoping to see his body react in some way. Mm-hmm. And as the car peels off, she strains her neck for as far as she can, and then just eventually resigns to her fate, has the same numb face, and just stares straight ahead.
Can I add something?
Mm-hmm.
And then if you
into the mic.
So then, sorry, there's a shot of going out of the car, and you can see in the rear view mirror, and you just see a shadowy figure following behind.
Okay, jumping from roof to roof.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't think that would work, because you're not going to see that in the rear view. Just in the shadows, on the street. I don't know. I was wanting it to be
this is our movie. We could absolutely stylize a shot to where we see a figure jumping across the rooftops in the rear view mirror.
It's a low angle camera shot, seeing you really high up.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Because that's what I was. Yeah.
Okay. I think that's where we end this episode.
Say the thing.
End of episode.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Maple Valley Chronicles. We'll be back with our next episode on November 3rd. If you have social media, you can find us on Facebook and Twitter. Like and follow us at Misconceptions Pod for up-to-date information about the show, teases about other shows or content, or just to tell us what you like about the show, because your positive reactions fuel us. We also have a Discord. You can click the link below to join our Discord so that you can connect with other fans of the show and chat directly with our cast members. We also have an email. If you would like to contact us that way, you can email us at misconceptionspod.com. This show is fully supported by the generous monthly donations of our patrons on Patreon. If you would like to join that elite group of supporters and gain exclusive access to exclusive audio, please consider joining our Patreon. The Misconceptions theme song was composed by Aaron Wharton. You can find out more about his music on www.aaronwharton.com. All other music used in this episode was composed by Christopher Thomas Richardson. You can find out more about his music at www.instagram.com/Christopher Thomas Richardson. All one word, all lowercase. Ada Belle was played by Kari White. Professor Dante Nyx was played by Gian Ortiz. Everett Bundt was played by Tessa Wolford. And I'm David White, your master of ceremonies. The role-playing game system used in this production was City of Mist, an RPG published by Son of Oak and created by Amit Moshe. Thanks for listening to this episode, and keep it nerdy, y'all.